It's Monday morning, guys. It is Monday, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's Monday morning. We'll run through quickly what our plan is for this week, which often change. But anyway, I'll let Steve tell you what his plan is.
Yeah, so first job for me will be sorting this roll cage out. So I made it last week. Everything's more or less as it needs to be. There'll be a little bit of adjustment to do on some of the notches, but I'm pretty happy with most of it. Generally, they say you want no gap, which we're pretty confident we aren't. So there'll be the odd little bit.
I can see what you
there'll be the odd little bit just to finish up and stuff. But yeah, I've got the slots to cut in the B post so we can drop the whole cage down so I can weld the tops. And there's a couple of little bits that I'll need to weld before it goes back in, so we can get to the backs of stuff, and then me and Paul will obviously try and then feed it back into the car where we can, start welding that up. So I've got that to do. I'll get most of the cage welded in while it's sat on this, because I don't want to put it on the rotisserie until then, because it does. You'll never notice it by eye, but it will change the shape of the car slightly once it's on the rotisserie. So I'll get most of the cage welded in now, and then once that's done, we'll put it on. It doesn't really matter then if it moves around or whatever. So that's my plan for this week, really, is to get this finished. And I just wanted to get this done. Yeah. You're away next week, aren't you? Yeah. I've got to go. Got to Swingers Convention. Scotland next week, so we've got that to do. That'll go down well, you in your dress in Scotland. Hey, Scottish lads like a lad in a dress. So we've got fuel fillers that are at Rick Woods. That's your job though. Yeah, that's my job. I've got one up there I can use for a pattern to cut the holes. So, and Rick's also going to save me a lot of time, because for them fuel fillers, what I have to do is drill a hole. But we fold flange in a little piece round. It looks real neat, doesn't it, when you've done them? And it's hard work, because you have to drill all the holes, then you have to bolt the fuel filler in, and then you have to use the fuel filler to knock against when you knock it round with a hammer. And they look mint when they're done, but it's in and out. It's a bit of a faff, isn't it? So Rick's gonna, as he makes the fuel fillers, he's gonna make a male and female die for me as well, so that once I've drilled a hole, I just put obviously the back piece in, the front piece in, put a bolt in it, and wind the bolt up, and it'll put the swage in for us. So that'll make life a damn sight easier, won't it? Yeah, and he's also making the back of the filler slightly smaller, isn't he? So there'll be less to cut away inside. Yeah, less cut away on back. And neater. They're quite tricky, the ones he makes for his Nissan, so he's sort of nicking his design really, but they'll look exactly the same from outside. He's doing front and rear bells for us. Yeah. He's doing loads of stuff, hasn't he? We're getting a great pile of stuff for Rick to make for us. And then my plan for the week, I have a plan. It obviously goes to pot, doesn't it, every week, but I have a plan. The RS2000, the orange one that you'll have seen on the ramp, we took that to Boggies this morning, didn't we? He's going to rolling road tune that for us. It's just a bit of a pig to start. And Steve couldn't reach pedals because he's a short ass and said it was crutch was funny, but it wasn't. But no, he's going to sort that for us. So my plan is the black 3-door that we picked up on Friday on mine and Steve's Jolly. I'm going to put that on the ramp, see if I can get that blitzed, get it done, get it back to Clive. I have the white RS500 that we sold before I had my surgery. That's an NY500 in that cafe. I've got to pick that up, do a few jobs on that for that owner, get that back, because we're trying to blitz the road cars, aren't we? Get rid of all the road cars. Red Escort to assess. Yeah, we've got that's in the trailer. We need to get that out. So we're trying to get rid of, the plan is to get rid of the road cars, because we've quite a backlog of work to do on them. Get rid of them so that we can just have like one at a time, a steady flow of road cars that just tick over, rather than in parts everywhere waiting. So unfortunately, we've had to turn a massive amount of work away, haven't we, of at last. Phone rings every day, doesn't it? Can you do this? Can you do that? And we just said, unfortunately, for probably at least 6 months, we can't take on any more work at all. Even Steve's flat out with fabrication. There's this to do. Then, excuse me, as soon as this is finished, there's the beige, hearing aid beige Sierra, we call it, parked outside. We're going to get Revin Kevin, our new member of staff, give him a bit of practice stripping that. So obviously there'll be a load of bolts rounded off, a load of screw heads rounded off that we'll have to fix. But Revin's going to strip that for us.
And then Steve's going to start the fabrication on that car, which we hope to be able to tell you a little bit more about that car once we've spoke to the owners and it becomes public knowledge. So that's an interesting one. So that's it.
I feel like we've got I've got Andy's car to finish at some point.
Yeah, well, he's raiding his piggy bank and saving up a bit of money to get that finished. We've got the black Eggenberger car. We want to take that to NEC, don't we, in November?
Yeah.
We're going to put all the suspension and that back in that car, try and get as much done on it as we can so it looks more complete. Yeah. So that'll be at the NEC.
On top of that, we've got our own stuff to do and all.
Oh, when do we ever get that? They would say to me, when are you going to get your car done? Well, I'll work on mine on the 8th day of the week.
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah, we better crack on, haven't we?
We had, yeah.
Right, we'll get at it.
Right, guys, so it's end of the week. Bit of a strange video, this one, because you'll have seen us start the week. Already we're ending the week. It is another short one, because Paul's off to Silverstone tomorrow. Without me, I didn't get an invite, so... But
get sick of him, seeing him every day.
So yeah, we have been busy, but sometimes we get that busy we don't really get a chance to take the videos like we'd like to. It takes a lot of time positioning the camera, starting bits, thinking what clips you're going to do, whereas sometimes you just want to be on and get a job done. That's kind of where I was at this week, I think.
Yeah, it's been a bit and it's revving Kevin there, you can hear in background. Shall we start again?
No, I'll just cut it out. I might leave it in.
Yeah.
Come on.
We're filming, Revin Kevin. Right, just wait 5 minutes and we'll put some fuel in it. Are you cutting front like? All right. Do you want to put some fuel in it? Yeah. There's some fuel in there in the tub. You know how to do it, don't you? Yeah. There's a funnel there and there's some fuel. Fill her up, Revin. With only the best 99 RON with fuel additive, because we've got the fastest lawnmower in the West.
Right, well that was Paul's gardener. He's 13, it's slave labour, but apparently it's acceptable. So.
Nothing wrong with slave labour.
So yeah, I was saying we're just, this week's been a bit of a strange one. We've just kind of cracked on and got some stuff done. So rather than just showing you how we do stuff, we're going to have to just talk through about what we've done so far, I guess. Yeah,
we are, because like you say, it's been a bit of it's been a stressful week, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, it has.
So anyway, Steve will tell you then where he's got to with this.
Well, I think the main thing is we've run out of parking spaces for stuff, so we've had to get some work outdoor.
Yeah, we have, haven't we? Yeah. And then when people have the cars finished, they say, can I leave it away for 3 weeks? No!
So, yeah, I've been on with this. Cage is more or less welded in now, or everything that I can get to at the minute's welded in. I've just got to, I'll put it on rotisserie now, just to make it a bit easier, just to do some of the pieces like the insides of here and stuff. It'll be easier to weld to make it look neat.
Because he's lazy, he don't like bending.
So I'll get on with that probably next week if I can get a day here. See how it goes on the other job.
Yeah.
That'll be that finished. I've also been on with the black 3-door that I picked up with Paul last Friday. I've done cam belt, water pump, new tensioner, oil and filter, fuel filter, brakes. We noticed the brake calipers, someone had put them on upside down. So the bleed nipples was at the bottom, so I have no idea how they bled the brakes, but they've done well. So we swapped that out. We had to make some brackets up for the brake pipes. New exhaust, bits and pieces, so that's probably took us a good day and a half.
Yeah, a day and a half to work on that one.
Yeah,
definitely.
But that's ready to go, so that's probably the quickest one I've seen come in and out of here.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. To be fair, because it was it wasn't a big job. All the bits, we ran Graham good, he had everything on the shelf, got us everything here straight away. Yeah. That's why we use them, to be quite honest. Graham Good, the service is fantastic, so we rate them highly, and we keep mentioning them, but it's worth it, you know. People always go, oh, well, I can buy it cheaper off eBay, but, you know, you don't get the quality of the service. Yeah. So, yeah, so that's done. Clive can get that. Clive's coming for that next week, because obviously it's a short week again next week because it's a bank holiday. So that's that done. The RS2000s at Dave Boggs in the next village getting Rolling Road tuned. When that comes back, a couple of minor little jobs to do on that, and that's finished. The Moonstone RS500 on the ramp. We're not even going to get into that, are we? We're not. We're just not going to go down that road. That is just turned into a bit of one of those jobs where, thankfully, the guy who owns it is a businessman. He completely understands. He's been absolutely brilliant about it. It's just one of them jobs where you fix one problem and it highlights another. And unfortunately, that job has just been a spiral of issues. But the problem with it is the issues it's had is because of another issue. So we fixed one thing and we're not happy with it and we're finding other things. But luckily, the customer's understanding that everything we've done so far had to be done. It's as simple as that. We're putting brand new engine bay loom in it because the engine loom was knackered.
Unless you'd eliminated these things, you'd never actually get to the root cause of the problem.
And that's exactly what Steve said is correct. We're trying to get to the root cause of the problem. I could have given him that car back and he probably wouldn't have known for 6 months that it still wasn't 100% right, and then it had done some more damage. So it's turned out a bit of a nightmare for us, a bit of a nightmare for customer, because obviously it costs, the longer we work on it, the more it costs. But he wants the car 100% right. When he gets it back, we want it right. He wants it right so that he can turn the key, drive it wherever he wants, and he doesn't have to worry about it. So we'll update on that one when it's finally finished. We'll let you know what we found that's caused all these ongoing issues. So enough said about that one.
Yeah, so where are we up to? Black one, we've touched on that.
Mark 2, we've touched on that. Maybe have a look in workshop
let's
around
have a
there.
look next door. So I don't know if you mentioned, did you, that was a Capri coming last video?
No, we didn't know. So we'll show you this.
Let's have a look at that.
Right, so this is part of a collection of a friend of mine who has decided, he's just retired. So he's decided to thin his collection down a little bit. And believe it or not, this is one of those cars that he really struggled to part with it. And the reason he struggled to part with it, he's had it 38 years. It's only done 26,000 miles from brand new. And he's selling it because you can't use it. It's as simple as that. I mean, I hope the video highlights just the unbelievable condition this car's in.
There's not a parking dent in it anywhere, is there?
There ain't nothing. There is not a mark or a blemish on this car anywhere. It is absolutely outstanding. It's another one, to be quite honest, like the Escort Cosy in the last video. If I'd have had the money and somewhere to park this, I do love Capris and I love this car, but if I'm quite honest, I wouldn't own this car for the exact reason that he's selling it, because I wouldn't dare drive it. I wouldn't dare use it.
So did he restore this car then? What's the story behind it, you must know?
Well, he's restored it. He's obviously done the typical things that used to, he's painted a lot of bits silver and just titivated it up over the years he's had it. He's put this, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying so, this horrible stainless steel header tank on it, but that's an easy swap. He's put the Brooklands 280 wheels on it, which aren't the right wheels for the car, but I'm sure everybody'd agree if you want a Capri, you've got to have them wheels on it. But it's just absolutely outstanding. Anyway, he rang me and said, will you sell it for me, Paul? Try and sell it to someone miles away because I don't want to see it again. I collected it. When did I get it, Steve? Was it Wednesday night?
I don't know, but I'm obviously not old enough to know what Capri door opens.
Hang on.
There we go.
Wednesday night, I put a little teaser on the internet that it was coming to be sold, and basically a customer who's bought a few 500s and other cars through me said he'd have it. Told him the price, no arguing. I did him a walk around video like Steve's doing basically now. I did a walk around video of the car, showed him all underneath. But trust me when I tell you, the underside of this car looks like the top. It really does. It is absolutely pristine. Not a mark or a blemish on it anywhere. So that's in, done, deal done. Just waiting for a transport company to come and get it. That's off to its new home. The RS500, that's sold. That sold this week. So that's got to go for an MOT on Tuesday, hopefully, if I can get it booked in. But this won't be the last you see of this car, but I can't tell you why. But you'll see this car again shortly.
It's going banger racing, is that what it is?
Shh. Said he wouldn't tell anybody. What a gobshite you are.
Scarborough, oval racing at Scarborough.
So yeah, so that's sold. The Escort Cosworth we collected, me and Steve went to collect last week when we had our jolly day trip. Unfortunately, I wanted to get that on the ramp this week, but as we've touched on earlier, it's just been a mental week, and we've really concentrated on trying to get a couple of jobs done, finished out at the door, get some money in the bank, because Steve wants his 50 pence an hour wages. It's got to come from somewhere. So at least we've got it out. Blue tyres up on it, it rolled free enough, so we've got to get that on the ramp, have a look at that, see what that wants. And then
the bonnet up, and I ain't looked under bonnet.
Haven't you?
No, I don't think so.
I know you get all giddy with yourself with Escorts, don't you?
Yeah, especially with them headlights.
It's got the usual strut brace that everybody seemed to fit, didn't they? Silicone hoses, now that can't be put back to totally standard if that's what you like.
Get rid of them red bits that have been painted.
Yeah. Yeah. And listen, it's his taste, isn't it? We can't knock what people want to do. So yeah, so that'll be looked over next week at some point. Because Steve's not here most of the week next week. He's away playing at his new other job, you know, where he messes about at. He needs a week off from me, so chill out.
That's it. I don't really go to work, I just stay at home.
He does, yeah. Lazy git. So that to do. The moonstone in the corner, we touched on that. We know what's wrong with it, so we've got to get that on a ramp, get all fuel system drained on that, and then get that cleaned and up for sale, because that is up for sale, and that is, I believe, to be a bargain of a 500, that other moonstone blue, and I think that will sell within a day of advertising it. When we show around.
As quick as the Capri?
Yeah, well, take some beating that, really.
Right, well,
never even wrote an advert. Yeah, can't moan. That's it, innit?
Yeah, there ain't much else that's going on, really, is it, at the minute? We're just trying to clear the place out of it.
We've got the engine finally out at back at van. The cutaway engine. Since it nearly killed me van. Somebody undid the strap and it was just swinging about inside the van.
It wasn't me.
No, now it's ever your fault, is it, Steve? No. So that's it, innit? Is that it? Is that all we've done?
Yeah.
Sod all?
Yeah.
Well, you've done sod all. I've been working my fingers to.
I'm having a week off because I'm sick of carrying you.
Fucking hell. Unbelievable.
Right, end the video. Come on.
Well, that's it, innit?
What do you normally say?
Hang on. I need to get what I'm going to get right for the next video is an Elvis Presley wig. I'm off to buy a t-shirt that's 3 sizes too small for me. I want to draw a big black mole on my face, and I'm off to say, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. And I'm sure you know who that is.
In a Geordie accent by any chance?
Yeah. Aye.
Right, guys. Those of you who are quite regular at watching our videos, you'll have seen we did a comparison between the RS500 and the 3-door. So we thought we'd do one between the Escort and the Sierra.
If you get up close, you can see a join there. And that join there is basically because that inner wing, all the chassis rails, all the floor pans, is Sapphire 4x4 Cosworth, as we would say. So you get the flared arches here. We've touched on the turbo. The inlet manifold slightly different. I don't think there was any performance enhancing to the inlet manifold.
Exhaust manifold.
Smoothed it off. Good one, Steve. Yeah, the exhaust manifold. I'll just kill that cat. Come here. Go away. I don't know what it is. The Escort just doesn't drive as nice as its earlier models. And it should, in theory, drive better.